Right, hiya, welcome back. Okay, now midweek we did a little bit on the rat bike and you absolutely loved it, didn't they, Penny?
Yeah, do more.
Do more. So we're going to. Okay, this thing on the street fight, the reason we're going to do some more on the rat as well for the weekend is because the kind of fight I build, this thing kind of ain't working. Ain't working, is it?
No.
You know, the reason is, when you take a look at this bike, we're looking at the tank, standing here, because I tend to look at things and design things by looking at them, just gazing at it, kind of, how's it going to look, what's going to look right, and I'm not sure about that. You know, it's pretty cool. Technically speaking, that's a perfectly straight, all the angles are absolutely straight, it's been reasonably well executed, doesn't mean it looks any good, does it, really? You know, I've kind of got to do a lot to it, it needs a bit of slide or whatever. You know, I didn't like it from the moment I was halfway through it, but I kind of soldiered on. It's the reason I didn't finish it, really. So I come up with another idea. I found this awesome thing on eBay and I kind of thought I might have a look at that, and I did some measurements and I contacted this guy in Germany and he's come back with all the measurements and sizes and it will work really, really well. We hope. It might be rubbish. But it's going to fit in more with the lines, it's going to flow. I didn't really want a nose cone or a fairing on the front, I wanted it quite flat and neat, but this, if I can do it, if I can pull it off, it's going to look quite cool. It will work visually and also it will be completely unique. I've never seen anything like this done on any other bike. I've seen front kind of dress panels made out of all manner of things, but not one of these. So that will be here, what, Monday, Tuesday?
Hopefully.
Hopefully she did. But once it is, I'll show you what it is and I'll reveal it and it will be quite mad, and hopefully that's what this whole build is about. I could have gone and bought something from the UK, would have cost about £200 or £300. We managed to find a company in Germany that got it for 40 quid.
Yep.
£48. So it's all about this. This build is all about the budget. We kept the budget to a minimum. We're still up to £997. We haven't broken the £1,000 initial spend yet. So don't really want to go blowing loads of money on stuff, and that's why we're waiting till next week. So it's got to come all the way from Germany, and then I've got it cheap. And if it doesn't work, I can revert back to that. In the meantime, we're going to do some ratification to the General, the good old General, and it's kind of in the finest term. Now, my buddy Tony, some time ago, made me some chainmail. You might remember we did the video. We wrapped it around the rear exhaust, and it's still there, and it's awesome, and it just doesn't deteriorate because it's galvanised wire that it's made from. Tony uses fencing wire, sticks it in a drill, coils it into a massive coil, cuts all the coils, then makes those into the rings, then makes those rings into the chainmail. He's an incredibly clever bike guy, and he can do this without thinking. He just sits there, he calls it man knitting, doesn't he? He just sits there watching TV, doing it by hand, you know, it's just astonishing. So I've got this piece left, let me just grab it. Where you are, Pen? I've got this piece of chainmail left, which is pretty awesome, and I've always wondered what would be the coolest thing to do with it, whether to cut it down or you don't cut this, you deconstruct it, you kind of twist it. Come in closer. This is how it's kind of done. You see that there? What you do is you get two pairs of pliers, you twist that ring open and you just insert them in. But look how many. I mean, there's hours and hours and hours of work. Now I've had this piece of galvanised chainmail sitting on the bench for, ever since we did the video on the back bit. So it's over a year, I reckon, year and a half. I've decided what to do with it. So I'm going to get stuck into that today, and really it's not that interesting, it's most certainly not how to. So in the meantime, we need some help, don't we?
Yep, we do.
We need some feedback. This channel has been growing at an astronomical rate in the last 4 to 5 months, ever since we moved into this new place in February, wasn't it? January?
Yep.
We started the build on the garage and started getting this thing underway. It has not stopped going forward. We've gone from something like 39,000 subscribers at the time of opening this to 48. We've gained nearly 10,000 extra subscribers in the time we've been in this garage, which is astonishing. It truly is. So in that sense, we've got to kind of take a responsible look at where we're going, where we're guiding the channel so that it keeps growing in the right way and keeps being the entertaining thing that you all love and you all support. So I'm going to shut up, I'm going to get cracking on with this, and while I'm doing this, we've got a couple of questions which we need to ask you, haven't we, Pen? And one of you can help us with. Ratification. Should we get going?
Yeah, come on.
Let's go. Chain mailage. Right, it is. Okay, cable ties, I'm thinking, in the finest edition. Now I could lock wire it on but I don't think cable ties should let go. They really don't. The radiator doesn't get so hot that it melts these, because it doesn't, because I've got a cable tie around there at the moment and it doesn't get that hot. There's also rubbers here, little rubber mounts that the radiator itself sits on, and they don't melt, so it doesn't get that hot. You can touch it when it's running, it's not a problem. So these will be cool and a lot easier. Right. Right, let's paint it black. Now there's no need, this is galvanised so it won't rust. It does need blacking in. I don't want to paint too much on because it will bung up the radiator matrix. Well, no more than dirt does, but it doesn't need any more help, does it?
Not really.
Just black out some of the silver. The weather will do the rest. There we are, Rattage. Chainmail radiator guard. Right, now while that's drying off, a bit more ratification. Silly, isn't it? Still, there we go, that's what it's all about. I can hang little things off that. And you wouldn't even know the radiator's there. More use. I've been looking for use of that chainmail ever since we've had it, about a year. Cool. Perfect. Why didn't I think of that before? Okay, now what we need to do, what I said at the beginning, I need a little bit of guidance really, a little bit of feedback from me if you wish. It's you, the viewers, and our patrons, of course, that fund and support this channel. The patrons fund us directly with donations towards us so we can do these things, we can buy the parts for the bike build and so on. And it's the ordinary viewers that still, in a smaller way, fund us by means of AdSense. Now that does give a little tiny bit extra, and that's always been what we had in the past. But now we've got the whole amount. It does make this channel very much more the property of the viewers. We believe that truly, don't we, Penny?
We do.
It's one of those things. We think that you get a say, or you certainly should get a say in what we do a little bit. Now we've got the projects, we try to make this interesting, but since the beginning of this year, probably January or something, what is it, May now? So the last 5 months, all we've done is garage. This is it. We've kind of almost given up the road videos. Now we wondered whether, this was the question, this is the feedback we need, would you appreciate a return to some videos on the road, with the bike cameras on, with the GoPros back on? We kind of drag them out of mothballs. We can just get back into what we used to do before. We've done some great rides out in the sunshine, we had coast road rides, rides with the Idiot Collective. We just stopped filming it all really because we're doing so much in the garage. Now, to upload a video that takes 17 to 20 minutes to play on fabrication can take 11 or 12 hours to make, and that is extremely heavy on time. It's very difficult to do because, you know, we still have full-time jobs, both of us. The other side of it is, if we do a video that's out on the road, it takes no more than enjoying ourselves out on the road, come back, edit it, put it up. So it's a little bit easier to give you those. They will not take the place of the garage videos. They'll just be extra. So a little bit more stuff for you, a little bit more interesting stuff to watch. Would you appreciate that? Would you watch it? Also, we keep getting a little nod on the FROs, don't we? Hands up, who'd like to see the FROs back again? Now, if you're not familiar with it, a little while ago, well, probably 2.5, 3 years ago, I started doing these kind of riding video log diatribes, just whinging about the world really, and the world we live in, all the difficulties and awkwardness of life, the things that will wind you up and annoy you, sort of thing that makes fodder for comedians, you know, it's observational humour. When you go in a garage, you can't buy a pasty and a cup of tea, it has to be a sun-dried tomato panini and a mocha latte. You know, I want proper petrol stations back, not these ridiculous supermarkets we have. All of those. If you look in the FRO, look in the videos, the FRO videos, they went to about 10, 12, I think. But there is so much more to moan about. And she has got so much.
I've got loads of topics.
She's got so much to moan about. Shall we camera Penny up? How long has it been? How long has it been that people have been saying that Penny should go on camera, Penny should do some stuff? So I think so too, don't you?
No.
I think so. Oh yeah. So maybe give us some feedback on that. What do you think? If we don't get this feedback, if we don't know what you want to watch, we can only throw up what we throw up, and if you like it, you like it. But surely it's your channel. If you want a little bit more interesting stuff, do you want more on the rat build? How do you want this thing to go? Do you want it more like Rat Queen's bikes, covered in things and stuff?
Feathers and thumbs.
Feathers and thumbs and skeletons and skeletons and things. You know, or is it cool as it is? Come on, feedback, let us know what you want to watch. The fabrication will go on, the rat build, the Street Fighter build will go on, the Harley Davidson videos will go on, the Triumph videos will go on. Nothing will be removed in place of this, but do you want to see a bit more stuff? Do you want this channel to evolve and to grow? Because you should have a say since you fund it, don't they? So there we are, feedback on that. I think that's important, and I like that too, don't you?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Have a close-up look. It's a bit glassy at the moment. It's a bit posh, but that will soon
Ew.
mat down. Give that a few days in the British weather, it will soon look a bit cack. Right, so there we are. I will leave it there. Feedback, please, if you will. Just tell us what you think. FRO logs, maybe. What do you think? Thumb up, thumb down. And just general riding video logs. Get the cameras back on the lids. Get out there, show you a little bit where we live. We live in the countryside now, don't we? We don't live in the town anymore. Maybe look at the video we did, cross-town traffic. That's my commute to work, where it used to be. But now, my commute to work is in the countryside, in country lanes with no traffic. It's rather amazing. So do you want to see a bit of that? That's what it's all about. Let us know. We're listening. In the meantime, we'll leave you with the Wall of Friends, current progress. 2 more today.
Yes, and a very special one.
And a very, very special one that we'll leave you with right at the end.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you very much, Matt. Take it easy, ride safe. We'll see you next time.
Pulses 50-foot high through the fumes and haulage. It's sometimes hard to know if the prize is stateside of Nuevo Laredo. Every siren has a weak spot, as everything has a beginning and an end. And when the face you trust most is no longer the one on which you can depend, when the fight feels futile and life's injustice wins, where's my sunlight when the shitstorm begins?